I had too much Mountain Dew. Someone told me to stop drinking Mountain Dew. But it was Sweet Lightning flavored. Anyway, nothing I hate more. The guy I saw me recently, Mitchell, he complained about it. He was like, I don't like that you talk about other men around me. And I said, what do you mean? And I remember he was like, well, you talk about other dudes, and it's like, I don't want you having your attention on other men while I'm around you. It makes me feel like you're not over them or you're thinking about them constantly. And I had to explain to him, it's like, nigga, I am a whore. I have done whore shit. And simply put, I have had more sexual fucking experiences than I have had friends, which is a very sad sentence to say. I've had a sad life, nigga. And that simply put, I don't see it as like, oh my god, dreamy big cock fellas. Like, no, I'm not thinking about them all the time. Just simply put, you're gonna hear a story. Like, I don't, you know that fucking meme that went around where it's like, Carl, there is a cow outside. And then he's like, you're on a cow farm. There's gonna be cows outside. It's kind of like that. It's like, nigga, you are on a fucking date with a girl who is a romantic fling. That is a like a 2-night stand. We were only supposed to meet for 2 days just to fuck. Anything else was a surprise, but he was out here getting jealous and envious and shit. And it was like, and what annoyed me was it wasn't just like I was telling stories about deep-throating, sucking dick, fucking upside down or whatever. It was me specifically. It would be something, okay, how do I put this? Here's an example. I could say something like, oh yeah, I remember once this one guy I knew, like, we met up, went to his place, he was wild as fuck. He hot-wired Nerf guns. And then he'd be the type, Mitchell was the type to be like, oh my god, oh, look at you talking about other men who you've sucked and fucked. No! The topic is not, ooh, look at me sucking off this fucking random fucking half white, half Colombian, big afroed, pencil mustached fucking 4-eyed bitch. That's not the topic. The topic is, wow, can you believe there's niggas out there who are crazy as fuck, where they actually have a habit where they fucking hot wire Nerf guns to go faster? That's cool as shit. Like, we could walk around and I'd be like, holy shit, I've been to this restaurant before. Yeah, I went here on a date with somebody. I remember we ordered $200 worth of food and still left fucking hungry. Biggest scam ever. And he'd be like, I don't want to hear about you on dates with other men. I'd be like, the topic was not, ooh, look, I was with a man with money. Maybe even more money than you. And we might have fucked. It's like, oh, we might have dated. Look at me getting bitches. That's not the topic. The topic is clearly that restaurant is fucking bourgeoisie, stupid, fucking bullshit. They served us nothing but appetizers. We, like, yeah, it's like, nigga, the topic is capitalism. The topic is fucking so-called fancy Michelin star spots that are scamming people. Like, oh, I hate niggas like this. I remember at some point he even tried to be like, okay, well, imagine if I just spent like a bunch of time talking about different women I've met and different women I've been with. Wouldn't that make you uncomfortable? I said, no, because you're a fling, a one-night stand. I'm not even going to be, I wouldn't think about it because I'm not even going to be thinking about you the second we leave this. I didn't say that last part, obviously, but I still said, yeah, I wouldn't really trip off it because I don't own you. You've had a past. I already knew you had sex we met on a sex website to have sex. I'm not going to give a fuck if you had sex before me. And then even so, it's like, okay, you did activities with people. People do that all the time in romantic context, sexual context, whatever. That's not really my business. Like, if you were just every single second being like, I ate pussy at this fucking Staples location bathroom. Like, if you did that 60 times, it's like, okay, maybe a little bit. But it's like, but it'd be more like, why a Staples bathroom? But if you're just like, oh yeah, I tried that restaurant with somebody before. Oh, I've been to this movie. And then like clearly the topic is not like, I am in love with this person or I am fucking sucking this person. Then I don't give a fuck. Then it's like, cool. Mwah. But he still tried to go on that vein and he was like, oh, well, but really though, how would you feel? And he was like, no, dead ass, how would you feel? He didn't say dead ass, he's white. But he said, no, really, how would you feel if I just spent like a good portion of the evening just talking about like all these different women I've been with and been around, and obviously it was some sort of romantic context or sexual context. And since he didn't get it the first time, I just said it like this. I just said, well, you know, if I met you online and I knew that you had a past and I knew that you were the biggest whore in the city, like, then I would just be like, huh, I guess that's just something that comes with the territory of being with, like, why would I hang out with the whore if I didn't want to hear whore shit? He just stared at me. He just was like, he was mad as fuck. I literally saw his face. The little eyebrow lowering he did was comical. It was like that dad from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. That shit gets on my fucking nerves, dude. Even sometimes, because like I said in other videos, I've had niggas, even in a sexual context. I remember before this one guy I dated, when we were just in the fling stage. I remember he was like, oh, I had this ex-girlfriend. She was so, like, she was just full muscle, like toned everything, big H-cup titties, nice and perky, just like, ooh. And like, she only wanted missionary, but ooh, when she was really, we could get into it, let me tell you. And I thought to myself, that sounds fucking great. That sounds like an amazing experience. Hey, I remember with one guy, and then the second I even said, oh, with this one guy, he just immediately was like, oh, fuck. Oh, like, grown man in his 20s just like threw himself into his pillows in rage because, simply put, I acknowledged that there are men that happen to exist around me. He didn't even hear the rest of what I said. I just had to stop and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Niggas can dish it out, but they can't take it. Let me tell you. Plus the pure fucking humor. Like, even niggas ask me shit in a set. I'll put it this way: everybody wants a freaky girlfriend who can do all types of cool sexual shit like the porn stars, but then they magically think they're gonna get that from some sort of Madonna virgin. I hate to break it to you. Nah, sweetie. Like, I remember I described a sex position to my ex-boyfriend Liam when we were dating. Like, when we first got together. I was the first girl he's ever been with, so, you know, he was a little nervous. But even then, I didn't have shame about my body count or whatever the fuck I've done in my life back then, and he still wasn't gonna change shit about that. I remember I told him I wanted to try a position with him, and he said, I don't think that's physically possible. I said, oh, it is. He said, oh, is it? And I said, yeah. He said, how do you know? And I said, are you sure you want to know? Yes. Are you sure you're not going to know? Because I think I'm going to say the answer and you're going to get very mad. I want to know, okay? How do you know that position works? I said, okay, because I've tried it. And then he immediately was like, oh, fuck! And he started, and I remember I just was like a fucking you know how parents react when they see their kid, like black parents, when they see their fucking kid fall on the floor in the Target, it's like, get your ass up. I was like, you are not about to do that. You're a grown man. And he got scared. He was like, I'm sorry. I said, yeah, you're not about to do that. I had to sit him down and be like, sweetie, I'm a whore. I've done it for a lot of things. I've done it for fun. I've done it for financial stability. I have sucked and fucked. But mind you, if I am here in front of you, savoring your attention and your company, then that means I am here for you. There's no one else I want to do freaky. Like, think of it this way. I've done freaky, nasty shit in my lifetime, and I hate almost all of those niggas. It's okay. But guess what? You're someone who I love. I'm with you because I like you, and I'm doing freaky, nasty shit with you. So it's like, okay, I have all this trauma and these fucked up, weird experiences, but you know what? I can do this for my favorite person, and I'm gonna do it with you. And I'm not thinking about these niggas, because if anything, even if they do come to mind, it's not me saying, oh, I miss him. It's like, no. I'm thinking, yoink. Yeah, that's a position I'm going to use for Liam. And then even for the Mitchell guy, I actually had to tell Mitchell, it's like, because he kept, I talked about like maybe 3 people over the course of like fucking 8 hours. Very, very spread out. And that's how I could tell that he had some sort of weird jealousy attachment to me. That's when I could tell he really started catching feelings for me very quickly. And that, because niggas act weird when they catch feelings. God. But I had to also explain to him, it's like, you do know, like, this whole time I've been asking questions about you and your life. Have I not been doing a good job at that? He was like, no, you have. And it's like, exactly, nigga. I've been asking every single question about almost every corner of your life for several hours, for almost every hour of the day, for several days. And I can tell you really like me, because you're like, I'm about to crash out. Because Tamia's mentioned, like, 4 very, very tame, like, 5-second maximum stories about men. And I'm about to fucking lose it. It's like, okay, I can tell you like me, but chill the fuck out. Yeah, anyway. Bye.